YouTube is the best way for business owners to get clients in 2026 and beyond. But here's what nobody tells you. YouTube for client generation is completely different than building a YouTube for entertainment. Over the past 5 years, I had 2 YouTube channels. The first was an entertainment channel, and I barely could make any money. And the second YouTube channel is a smaller channel, but it's making a lot more money than the first one because it's geared for client attraction. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I'd start a YouTube channel to get clients online if I had to start over in 2026. I'm going to be covering how to stand out online, how to actually make money on YouTube, how to move viewers to your offer, and how to make simple videos like this one that gets clients without ever needing to go viral. Let's start with the first common mistake that beginners make is that they start to compare themselves with other entertainment YouTube channels. And you shouldn't be doing this because it's a completely two different business model. So the entertainment business model, they make money from views and they can sell advertising space. So that's why they're really hopped on to getting more and more views. Trust me, that's what I did for my first personal finance YouTube channel. It is very stressful. And even if you manage to build some sort of audience through this method, you would realize that whenever you wanted to sell something, they don't really convert because they're an audience who want to be entertained, not to buy from you. Okay, so what we want to do right now is we want to build a niche channel that is very specific at solving one big thing. So by the very nature of this new channel, there's just not a lot of addressable market. Therefore, most of your videos will most likely will never go viral, and you have to accept that. Even for me, whenever my videos keep getting 200 views, 300 views, I get insecure and I started to like, oh, maybe I should go viral, right? So we're not going to do that. We have to come to peace that, hey man, these videos that you're going to make, they're going to be very specific for a certain type of people. There's not many people who want your service. But if you do make the exact video that the exact person want to hear, you would gain their trust immediately, and that's how you get them to buy from you. Okay, so the second mistake that I want you to avoid is stop following too many gurus. So this is what I did, and in my journey, I started to follow, like this YouTuber guy, but he was running an entertainment channel. So all his advice doesn't really fit me. And I started to follow, a LinkedIn guru said I got to be on LinkedIn. Then I did that. And then this other guru said, you don't need a website. I just have a Google Doc. Then I got rid of my website. So it's all these wishy-washy things. At the end of the day, you're supposed to just make very simple videos. So don't follow multiple gurus. They all contradict each other, and that it confuses you. And when you're confused, you don't know who to make videos for, and that will confuse the algorithm, and that's gonna stall your growth. Okay, so just find somebody who has achieved the thing that you have achieved. Try to learn from them. Like it could be me, it could be some other people, like whoever you vibe with. Okay, so we got the mistakes out of the way. So let's start with the first thing you got to do to get clients from your YouTube channel. And no, it's not about making videos. So the first thing you got to do is actually nail down your personal brand. Now, I've been working with a lot of clients, especially guys. They tend to not care that much about their personal brand. Women understand personal branding. They get this. But basically, the reason why personal branding is so important is because at the end of the day, whatever we're selling is a commodity, right? Like who's kidding who? The thing that you're selling is not super unique. Like there's other people doing the same thing. But why would somebody buy the thing from you? So that's personal branding because they like you. Okay, what you're really doing is you're trying to get attention, and you get attention by being different. Okay, so what do you do to stand out? And I took many courses. I did a lot of experiment, and I was wishy-washy over here and then wishy-washy over there. I boiled it down to a science. You need these 2 documents to help you within your journey. So the first document is your backstory. Your backstory is a set of prompts that I teach my clients. It will extract the stories that happened to you in your life, the achievement that you have, the problems you have overcome, big and small. And when you have this really long document, it will tell people what your backstory, like where were you, why did you start the thing, what was the problem you faced, and then how did you get to be where you are today. That's the whole point of the backstory. The second document is called your target audience avatar. So basically, this is a very detailed document about the person you are trying to make videos for. Now, this is very dangerous because back in the day, I didn't know who that person was and I just made up all this stuff. But it was wrong because it's completely made up. So now I tell my clients exactly the one person they should be making videos for, and everything just starts to click. Now, once you get these two documents ready, we can upload that to AI to help pinpoint or find patterns in your backstory and your audience, and would suggest you a unique angle in your personal brand. I'll give you an example. I had a client who is a KonMari consultant. It's that Japanese lady that comes to your house to declutter your house. Like, she has that popular Netflix series. So she has a course, like, you can learn from her so you can also become a KonMari consultant, and that's what my client is doing. And she charges a lot of money for this. So when we first started to work together, my obvious solution is to start YouTube channel, right? But she was at the stage where she wasn't confident to be on YouTube yet, but she is always on Instagram. So I said to her, okay, you know what? Let's start with Instagram Reels first, get the reps in so you become a little bit more comfortable, then we do the YouTube later. She agrees. If she just personal brand herself as a regular KonMari consultant, there's so many other people doing exactly the same thing. There's no reasoning to make her unique. So what I did is to set up these two documents and then use AI to help pinpoint a direction for us. So what we end up having is she was making Instagram Reels in English because she thought she needed to reach a wider international audience. But then when I watch her video, she seems a little uncomfortable on video speaking in English. So I suggest her, like, hey, why don't you just make videos in your local language? So she tried that. She just reshoot all the videos that she did in English in her local language. And we saw like an uptick in her follower count because there's a lot of English speaking people as that KonMari consultant, but there's very few, if any, KonMari consultant in her country doing it in her language. So immediately she found a gap in the market. But stuff is really competitive nowadays. Just changing the language is not going to cut it anymore. So we came to a second ceiling, how to carve out an even smaller niche for herself. So that's when we went back to her backstory document. So the thing about this client was that she had this really good job that pays a lot of money, and she's like this shopaholic that keeps buying stuff, and her house is just full of stuff she doesn't even use, and she doesn't even remember she bought them. So she used KonMari on herself to help declutter her life and her home. So her home is now decluttered, but at the same time, there was this effect where coincidentally, because she was a shopaholic, she wasn't able to save money before, but not only is her house a lot more organized and decluttered, but she now is able to save money. And that was the moment I'm like, hey, that's your unique twist. You're not just a regular KonMari consultant. You are a KonMari consultant to help declutter the house, but at the same time, when you do this method, it will help you fix your personal finance as well. And I'm like, there's nobody else in the market doing this. That is your angle. You got to run with this. It was a light bulb moment for both of us. She ran with it. And now her Instagram account went from 6,000 to 13,000 followers. All because we found her unique niche. And the reason why we were able to get that out of her is because we had the two documents. How to stand out is one of the most important things you got to do before you touch a single video. Because without this, you're just chasing viral trends, right? All right, moving on to step number 2, how to actually make money on YouTube. So this is the offer. An offer is when you approach a person and you ask them like, hey, do you have this problem? I can fix it for this amount of money. That's an offer. If they say yes, they pay, you got yourself a business. So this is where it's very important, where your YouTube channel and your offer needs to be aligned. It needs to be the same thing. You can't have a YouTube channel about personal finance, for example, but then your offer is about dog sitting. It needs to coexist. So if your offer is about dog sitting, I help busy people dog sit or whatever, then your channel needs to be about pet dogs. It needs to coexist. So how do you make money online is you gotta articulate the thing that you're trying to sell, the offer, on a very simple one-page website. It's called a landing page. You need to register your name. For me, it's helmihasan.com. For you, it's whatever your name is or your company name.com. That's your website. And on that website, hey, do you have this problem? This is how I fix it step by step. These are social testimonials. This is how it works. Book a call with me or buy now. So you need a simple website. And there's many tools for you to do this. I use MailerLite. So the link to this landing page is what you will be promoting on your YouTube channel about page and also in the description underneath each and every one of your videos. All right, you need a domain that is yours. You put all the information about your thing that you're selling on that simple one-page website, okay? Moving on to number 3, how to move the viewers that you're gonna get into clients. So this is what we call having a simple funnel. I use the same software for my landing page, which is MailerLite. It's $10 a month. So basically what you want is a few entry points into your world. So if you look at my YouTube channel, if the person is interested to get clients from YouTube, but they haven't even started, they don't even know how to begin, then they would download my free template. For somebody who has already started to post, but they feel stuck, they need some guidance to help them get unstuck, then they would book the clarity call. And for somebody who's like, okay, I've done all that, I want to move the fastest, I've watched all of your videos, help me, I believe in you, I think I like you, we can work together, then they can go straight to my mentorship, which is typically the most expensive thing that I sell. So that's the beauty of YouTube, because you can put all these 3 links underneath each video. For other social media platforms, you can't put links in your videos. You can only put it in your bio. And finally, step number 4, after we've completed all this, is only when we start making YouTube videos. So you don't need a fancy setup, a fancy camera. You don't need to create 6-hour tutorial videos like what your competitors are doing. So I've been making YouTube videos for the past 5 years. And I've made a lot. I've done vlogs, I've done podcasts, I've done how-tos, I've done deep dives, I've done like an hour masterclass, you name it. But when I meet my clients and ask them, hey, which video did you find me from? Like, what was the first video? And they all said, oh, it was from this particular video where you were telling a story about your journey as a business owner. So basically, the type of videos that will get you clients are not how-to videos, because we have AI for that. It's basically storytelling videos. So you're going to be telling a bunch of very simple story about your journey that would resonate with your target audience. So they feel like you understand them, they feel heard, and at the end of the story, you would have some sort of business insight. So it's a positive ending. So I will teach you how to do this in my program. It's more art than it is like a formula. That's what I help guide you back and forth, right? For feedback, you're going to make simple videos that you tell your stories, and it may not go viral most likely, but the people who do watch, they would most likely like you and trust you. And if they're ready, they're going to click on one of your links, and therefore they enter your funnel. So there you go. If I were to start a new YouTube channel in 2026 to get clients, this is exactly the 4-step process I would do, and those 2 mistakes that I would 100% avoid if I'm starting out. Now, here's a cool thing that you should do next. I've done the research, and I've reverse engineered or funnel hacked 6 coaches that have a small YouTube channel, but they're making a lot of money. So if you want to know how exactly do they do that, watch this video next.